Hey Trumpet fam, welcome back to the channel, and before we jump into how to play Stay by Kid Laroi on the trumpet, I just wanted to let you all know, in case you didn't know already, that I have a full trumpet course which teaches you everything you need to know to get from beginner to advanced on the trumpet. It's over on my website, trumpet-guy.com/course. You can also click the link in the description. The course is a pay-what-you-can model, which means you just pay what you think the course is worth for you. If you think it's worth nothing, zero, then you can put zero and you'll still get the course. But I appreciate everybody who's willing to chip in so I can keep offering the course this way. With that being said, let's zoom in and get started on the lesson. All right, here we go. So for this lesson, we're just going to be going over the basic song of Stay, which means the chorus, and we'll just go over the first verse. The song is just a mix and match of what we're going to be going over. So with this, you can kind of figure out how the rest of the song goes. I'll also be releasing a sheet music video probably next week, which you can look at to see how the rest of the song gets put together. So let's start off with our first line here. And the key signature in this song is a little bit weird. I've simplified it to just a normal key signature, but there's still a lot of sharps throughout the song. And there's a lot of these double sharp things, which is what looks like that X in front of the note. What that means, if you didn't know already, is basically a double sharp, so you move it up 2 partials. So as we can see, we have that symbol right in front of our C. That means that C is actually played like a D. A little bit confusing, but if you follow along, I will go over it. So first we've got our D sharp, which is the same as E flat. So D sharp, D sharp, D sharp, and then A sharp, fingered first valve. And then we have this C thing, which we're just fingering 1 and 3 like a D. So we have 1, 2, and then another 4 of those, and then another one, and then we have D sharp, and then D sharp, D sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and then our C thing again, and then finally we have D sharp again, and that line sounds like this. All right, so now we're on our second line, and that starts off very similar to the first one. We have D sharp, D sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and then C, 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 D sharp, D sharp, D sharp, our C, D sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and then we have that symbol again on our F this time, which means our our F is taken up 2 partial steps, so it's now fingered like a G, open. So we have 3 of those, and then again on the C, so now our C is fingered like a D, and then we have another A sharp, and then B sharp, which is a normal C. So I know this is a little bit confusing, but just try and follow along. If anybody in the comments knows what the symbol is called, please leave it down there below. I know I'm just calling it a double sharp or whatever, but I don't know. I know that's not the actual name for it. So if you know, please put it down below. So this line is played like this. All right, so now we're on our third line. So here we start off with a low B sharp, which is the same once again as a C natural. So open C natural, and then we have that double F sharp, so that's just a normal G, and then we have F sharp, and then we have E sharp, E sharp, E sharp, which is fingered 1, and then we have D sharp, E sharp, E sharp, and then we have our low B again, so C, low B sharp, which is fingered open, open, and then double F sharp, open again, and then we have E sharp, D sharp, E sharp, E sharp, D sharp, E sharp, E sharp, low B sharp, double F sharp, open, and then E sharp, D sharp, E sharp, E sharp, D sharp, E sharp, E sharp. So I know this is really weird and it looks like the key signature should not be this way. And the reason I didn't write it out as a G natural instead of a double F sharp, for instance, is because in the actual piece with the key signature it has, which you'll see in the sheet music video, that just really doesn't work. And so you kind of got to get used to seeing weird symbols like this in music because they will appear from time to time. So this line goes like this. All right, and so after this, on the next line, we jump up an octave, so we're getting high now all of a sudden. We have our A sharp, which is fingered 1, and then our double F sharp, so that is now a G, fingered like a G. So A sharp, double F sharp, A sharp, double F sharp, and then we have 3 E sharps, which is fingered just 1, and then once again our double F sharp, E sharp, D sharp, D sharp, B sharp, and then we jump up to our double F sharp, which is fingered open again, and then D sharp, B sharp, double F sharp, D sharp, B sharp, double F sharp. And that line goes like this. All right, so that takes us on to our final measure here, which we just have that A sharp, and then the double F sharp, A sharp, double F sharp, E sharp, E sharp, E sharp, double F sharp, E sharp, D sharp, which sounds like this. And that's it. So after that, it goes right back into the chorus, da 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 da, which we went over at the beginning. So you can just loop it. And that's it. All right, well that's it. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like rating down below. It really helps. Also, make sure to go check out my trumpet course if you're trying to learn trumpet and get better. I promise you it will help you make leaps and bounds on the trumpet. You can get that at the link in the description, as I said again. And with that, I'll see you guys all next week.